As the son and brother of educators, I feel a necessity to tell the stories of educators in my life and how they react to COVID-19 and online learning. My older brother, Philip Klespis, has been teaching high schoolers for 6 years now, and this is what he has to say.
I've already been doing a lot of online learning anyway. I have 2 online classes at our local community college, Lone Star. And so when I'm working with my students, all of our assignments are online. So it wasn't that much of a difficult transition in terms of delivering like assignments. It's the actual teaching part because there is no real, there's no connection. It's a very impersonal system that I've had to kind of go to. I still, make sure I have an alarm, wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, take the dog out, make breakfast, sit down, and I, technically supposed to log on beginning at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, I check email, I look at assignments, I grade assignments that need to be graded, I contact parents or students who need, one thing or another. And so it's, again, there's no direct communication. It's always remote, which has its purpose in some settings, but with high school students, they need a lot of the structure. This is such a difficult time for all of my students that the real concern is the students. It's not the access to technology isn't as dire as you may think because they'll have it. It's the sharing of the technology. You've got students who have one computer for 4 people, and if mom needs the laptop for work and dad needs a laptop for work and little brother needs the laptop, it's hard to share that technology. So that's the biggest thing.
My mother, Lydia Klespis, an educational coach who has been teaching for 30 plus years, has some optimism about what online learning will do for her teachers.
I would visit classrooms. I would help teachers with best practices and understanding the math and science teaks that they have to teach. Teachers were required to do online learning starting on March 30th, so we had about 2 weeks to prepare. This was definitely something that elementary teachers are most unfamiliar with. Now, a lot of our older grade teachers, 3rd through 5th, were using Google Classroom. And some of our teachers were dabbling with making video lessons of themselves. Our instructional technology coach had a big role in helping teachers with this. So I really didn't help a lot with the learning of the videos or learning how to do that kind of thing, but I was instrumental in helping teachers decide what's the best way to present material in this format. So that really hadn't changed for me. It's just the format. And instead of visiting classrooms, I'm watching videos and just trying to give some feedback. As an instructional coach, I can't get into everybody's classroom every day or every week even, and because of other duties that I have. So this gave me access to watch teachers in their instructional practices without actually going into their classrooms. And without that, some people just don't like to be watched. So it gives me access to instruction that I might not have had before.
It's made a lot of other teachers more comfortable with online things. I've always found online easier, honestly. At the beginning of the year, I tell my students, like, everything is due through our course platform. I don't take any paper, and that's easy for me because I don't have to take home 150 papers when I'm grading. I can just open up my laptop wherever, and it's easier on them because they don't need to have to bog themselves down with school supplies. So I think, like I said, a lot of other teachers it's been forced, but they're now embracing online as a platform, as a viable platform to give out assignments. And maybe some will not go as far as I am and do everything, but they do know that students are going to be doing things outside of class. They can do things outside of class. And so it's just that marriage of when we get back, whenever that is, keeping the in-person stuff combined with the online stuff and making sure those are a cohesive, functioning classroom.
I think teachers are also going to be better at integrating technology into their instruction instead of just putting kids on a device as a babysitter, which sometimes that was happening. So I think teachers have a better understanding of how technology can enrich their classroom on a daily basis.
This is Tony Klespis reporting for Texas State Multimedia.